What's going on, guys? Brother Russia here, back with another video on Dragon Ball Z Dokkan Battle. And today we're going to be talking about the new EZA for STR KEFLA that dropped over here on the global side. So we do have her rainbow. I've got her all skill orbed up and everything. So I went with more of a crit build for her because she does have additional and everything in her passive. And she doesn't get crit until she gets to her final phase. So it's kind of good to put crit on her early on, especially if you can get orbs for her. You can kind of get her passive activated where she can do the additionals. So this is kind of like the build that I went with her. So let's take her into a couple of different events and see what we can do with her. All right, so we are here in our first event. So I brought her here against the against Sin Shenron. Unfortunately, we did end up getting her in slot 7, so that's kind of very unfortunate for us. The other problem is I've got the Tech Kale and KEFLA that I bought. And then the only problem with them is they need to kind of build up early, and they really need an EZA at this point. So I'm kind of worried that they might get hit a little hard in like today's meta. So let's hope that maybe getting a couple supers and stuff like that in with them, we can kind of stack them up defensively, and then we can get them transformed on turn 6, so we can get them paired up with KEFLA. Because that's when we're going to get all of the most links active. And I want to try to get if we can get all 7 links active with KEFLA, I'd love to see how well she's going to perform. Unfortunately, with that KEFLA being on the 3rd, or in slot 7, we're not going to see her for 2 turns. So I think, I do recall, I think she might be transforming as soon as she comes out. So let's just hope that we can get, let's just hope that this Tech Kale and KEFLA can survive. Okay, so that's not terrible. Not ideal damage, obviously, but so I did bring a Universe 6 team here. It's going to be kind of like her KEFLA's best, KEFLA's kind of like best team to bring her. So I figured, hey, we may as well bring her here, let's give her a test and see how well she's going to perform on this team. And obviously being around all of the Universe 6 girls and everything, that's where we're going to get most of her links and everything active as well. And then we do have a little bit of support that we're going to get with Champa as well. That's kind of why I brought him. But yeah, this is kind of like the new look Universe 6 team after they all got sub EZAs, which is kind of weird. I don't know why they decided to drop these EZAs and everything now during a Goku Black Rose celebration instead of doing it when Kale came out. That's what kind of doesn't make sense to me, but I'm not one of the game developers, unfortunately, so I don't know what their thought process was. But all right, so we got obviously we have the Super Saiyan KEFLA out now because we are in turn 3. So I'm going to go ahead and just pop the Sensu Bean just to make sure that we're at full health. So we're sitting at 274k defense. Do you get any more links? No, you don't get any more links over there. Okay. So with her passive as in her Super Saiyan form, she gets Ki +2 and defense 250%. She gets attack 250% plus an additional defense 100% when performing a super, plus an additional attack 150% and a high chance of evading enemies' attacks with 2 or more Ki spheres obtained, plus an additional defense plus 50% with 4 or more Ki spheres obtained, and then launches an additional super with 6 or more Ki spheres obtained. So right here, we're going to get 7 orbs, so we're definitely going to get all 3 all three parts of her passive to proc. So let's see what kind of damage we're gonna do here. 14 million. I mean, that's not a bad attack stat for her first time being out here, especially because we didn't get a chance to like stack up any attack with her in her base form. And the other thing is on her 12 key super, or I'm sorry, on her super, she does stack attack. So every single time that she's going to be supering, we're going to be just stacking every single time over and over and over and over. So next time that she comes out, we'll be able to get her in her Super Saiyan 2 form. And then that's kind of where we're going to be able to do like the massive amount of damage with her. Now, unfortunately, we're not going to be able to get KEFLA, or yeah, we're not going to be able to get the Tech KEFLA out because that the active skill can only be activated from the 6th turn from the start of battle. So we still have quite a ways to go before we get there. And with how this team is, I mean, we're just kind of like demolishing through these phases. Now, mind you, it might be a little tricky here in this phase with all the AoEs that he does. So I don't know, we may not actually survive here, but yeah, I'm worried about Champa there at the end, realistically. Maybe Champa will be okay. Yeah, we're gonna take a lot of damage. Champa might be dead. Okay, so unfortunately, Universe 6 team is still not that good. At least not in there. Maybe that was just a misplay, but let me take... I have a better idea. Let me take her into the Goku Black and Zamasu fight, and there we can at least get her like stacked up and everything and see how much damage we can actually do with her. All right, so here we are in this event. Turn 1, we actually got KEFLA on rotation, so we'll pair her up over here with KEFLA, or I'm sorry, with Kale. And then we do have a 40% support from Champa over here. So we're sitting at 266k defense. We got 4 out of 6 links active. So again, when she supers, she greatly stacks attack, and then she raises the defense for 1 turn. On her passive here in her base form, she gets Ki +1 attack and, or I'm sorry, Ki +1 defense 200%. She gets attack 200% plus an additional 100% defense when performing a super. She gets an additional attack 150% and a high chance of evading enemies' attacks with 3 or more key spheres obtained, and launches an additional super with 6 or more key spheres obtained. So right here we're going to get 7, so we're going to get both of the we're going to get the additional 150% attack, the high chance of evading, and we're going to get the guaranteed double super. So let's just give you that, and then Champa will just give you that right there. So what are we doing? 14 million turn 1. So this is perfect. So we're gonna, yep, so we're stacking attack, and this is the additional super from us getting the orbs. Can we get a hidden potential one? Yep, and then here's the hidden potential one. So we're already at almost 16 million just from turn 1. So we should be able to get a high chance of dodge here. Yep, there it procs. So yeah, I think she's got a pretty good EZA, needless to say. But what I'm really curious is I want to get her on rotation with the Tech KEFLA. I want to get all 7 links active, and I just want to just sit there and just stack her up against the Zamasu and just see like how much damage we can actually like how much attack stat we can actually get her raised up to. So hopefully we don't have to worry about like Rose or Zamasu like killing us or anything. But I mean, you never know with how these fights go sometimes. So here we will aim everything as Zamasu. So we'll give you that. We'll give you guys just the 1 orb, and then you can get those orbs right there. Okay, so we should be good here. Oh, we got the dodge. Okay, so we got guard active. Okay, so we're okay. As long as we're not actually supering the tech Kale and KEFLA, then I'm okay with that. I'll keep them on rotation this time, and then I'll float them off next rotation. So that way when they come back, we can get them on rotation with the STR KEFLA, and we'll have them transformed. Unfortunately, we're not going to be able to really like stack up their defense or anything like that, but it should be okay. I think we should be fine here defensively. Hopefully we don't take too much damage from him. Even with a normal, he might do a little bit. Yeah. Okay, so that's fine. We can, if we can get some STR orbs, we'll definitely be able to heal up a lot of that. The only thing I'm worried about is this KEFLA, because, I mean, she does stack defense, but it's very, very slow, because she is a sub EZA. So she does build up a little bit slower than usual. Alright, so now we got KEFLA back out here again. So let's put her... Actually, we can leave her right here in the middle. Because... I grab all these. I don't think it's gonna fall, so we can get 6. So here's the only thing. So we're not gonna be able to get 6 orbs here, but we are gonna get 4. So in her Super Saiyan phase, if we can get 4 more orbs, then we get a 50% additional defense, and then we get 150% attack and a high chance of evading attacks with 2. So us getting 4 here, we can at least get that procced. I'll go ahead and pop a Sensu Bean just so we're safe. And then you can just get that right there. That'll be fine. So unfortunately, this is the one thing, is she's not a rainbow orb changer or anything like that. So trying to make sure that you can get 6 ki for her is where the struggle might be. So we're not going to get the additional super from her passive, but we can still proc the additional super from her hidden potential. So if we get lucky enough, we might be able to at least get that. And defensively, Kale here will be fine. So hopefully they aim the supers at her over here in the first slot. And we'll be able to get Kale transformed at some point. So whenever we can get her out here, she actually doesn't link too bad with STR KEFLA. She does share 5 links with her. So, wow, we're at a 16.9 million. So we are stacking attack here. And then, yeah, so we did get a additional, but unfortunately it wasn't a super. Did we dodge? No, we didn't get the dodge off. Wow, we actually took some damage right there. That damage that we took was actually less than ideal. So I did bring Ghost Usher, so I'll at least Ghost Usher the next turn. So we should be able to... We'll be able to get KEFLA out here with her... well, maybe? Yeah, okay. Yeah, so we'll Ghost Usher here. We won't worry about this rotation, really. So we're going to float Tech Kale off. So let's just give... I guess it doesn't matter. We'll give you that. We'll give you that. And we'll give you that. So the next time that Tech Kale and KEFLA come back around, we'll be able to get them transformed. So that's exactly what we want to do. So we still do have a... we've got a Ghost Usher and we have a Sensu. So we'll be able to at least survive until we can get them out and paired together. Now, the biggest thing is okay, so here we go. So we got her out here in her final form. All right, so now that we have her in her final form, we can go ahead and get Kale out as well. So here, yeah, we have 6. Okay, so we actually have all 7 links active right here in the middle. So we'll pop a sensu here. Actually, let's do it like this. So again, her biggest thing, even after she is in Super Saiyan 2 form. So now she gets Ki plus 3, defense 260%. She gets attack 260% plus an additional defense 120 when performing a super. She gets a high chance of evading enemy super attacks, and that's just unconditional now. Gets an additional 160% attack and 60% defense with 2 or more key spheres. Launches an additional super with 4 or more key spheres, and launches another additional super, and has a chance to perform a crit and a chance of evading enemies' attacks plus 20% with 6 or more key spheres. So if we can get these right here, so this drops 6. So let's grab this. So where are we sitting at? We're sitting at 343k defense. And then I'm worried about this one in the back, but you should be okay, I'd say. So I know we're not going to have to worry about AGL Kale here, because she's still a very good unit, especially because she gets 100% defense for 6 turns from when she comes out. Plus she gets another attack and defense plus 200%. So she's got a high chance of guarding. And then she gets an additional 60% attack and defense for 3 turns after getting hit. And then she gets an additional 160% defense and guards all attacks when there's another U6 category ally in the same turn. So we're 24 million. I would say that this is a pretty good EZA. So we're going to get the second part. Okay, so there's 25.9 million. And we still have the hidden potential that we might be able to get as well. Did we get the hidden potential one? We did not. Okay. So now we just got the high chance to dodge. Perfect. So this was with all 7 links active, with no like support or anything. So I mean, attack wise, she's gonna be great. Defensive utility, if you can get her dodges off, she's gonna be great. But I think otherwise she might take a little bit of damage here. So let's do this again. So Kale here, she's gonna be fine. And we want to make sure that we have at least 6 orbs. Yeah, so we should be able to, we should be good like this. So next rotation we'll get tech, we'll actually be able to get the tech KEFLA out as well. So at all times we'll be able to have all 7 links active. And then what I'm going to try to do is we're going to try to get the Champa on rotation, get a little bit of that extra 40%, and see what kind of damage we can do. And at this point, I mean, we're just kind of doing it just to see how high these numbers can go, because I mean we've seen pretty much 26 million attack stats so far. Okay, so here we go. So let's go ahead and transform them. So now we have all 7 links active with both units. It's funny that the tech one actually has better defense. But okay, so we can get 6 orbs here. How do we want to do this? I mean, I guess we can put her up front and we can see how good her dodging is going to be. Like I said, unfortunately, we can't get the 6 orbs, so we're not going to get the additional super, the high chance of a crit, and a chance of evading plus 20%. So we're not going to get that, but she does still have a high chance of evading enemy supers just unconditionally. So let's just grab these. And it's funny because so the tech KEFLA she actually is super orb hungry as well. So she is another one, like trying to run the two of them together to get them both key is like impossible, because the tech one, she just gets an additional 60% attack when you get 6 or more key spheres. So I'm sure that once she gets an EZA, she'll have probably something similar to what the STR one has. And we'll leave you like this so we can have plenty of orbs to come back to. Oh, I probably should have checked her defense and everything, huh? And we should be okay here. 27 million attack stat. And then we're going to get a additional super, and then we can still get the hidden potential one. 28 million. I just want to see, can we hit 30 million with her? Nope, no hidden potential. Okay, can you dodge this? You've dodged everything else. Nope. And you don't dodge the super. But I mean, defensively right now she's good. And this one's only at 7 million. But this one, but the tech KEFLA actually does stack attack as well. So realistically, once she gets an EZA too, I can see her probably hitting just as hard, if not harder, than the STR one. Now, granted, it's going to take 6 turns to get her out here. And again, you're going to have to get at least 6 key orbs with her in order to kind of get her passive to where it needs to be. But, you know, if all kind of falls in place like you need it to, then you'll probably be okay. So I really just want to grab all of these with the, let's just do this. Just grab all of this right here. I mean, that's pretty not too bad of a defensive stat right there. And then we can leave those 6 orbs right there. We'll leave those for KEFLA next turn. Yeah, it's kind of crazy to have a rotation of like all 3 KEFLAs together probably. But the problem is all of them are so key hungry that there's no way you're going to be able to support all 3 of them with orbs constantly. I mean, you probably could, maybe if you get lucky, but the orbs have to just kind of fall in like perfect place for you to get that. But so we should be able to get we'll kind of do this next turn as like our last turn here. All right, sorry about that. I am still getting over a cold, so that was I had to kind of like mute myself real quick and get the get all the coughs out of me. But we are back here. So defensively, I mean, we're only sitting at 327k defense with her. We can get these 6 orbs right here. Now, mind you, this is also with Champa on rotation. So that's all 7 links active. Champa on rotation, given an extra 40%. And we'll be able to get a Dokkan attack off right here. So this is kind of going to be kind of like our best attack stat, I should say. Because we're going to get the full, we're going to get her full passive. So we're getting the additional 160% attack, extra 60% defense. We're going to be launching 2 supers, and we get a chance to perform a crit and evade for plus 20%. So this is going to be our best attack stat right here. So let's see how much damage we can do with her. Now, granted, it is going to be a Dokkan attack, so I guess it doesn't really matter, but what are we sitting at over here? 34 million. So we got a 34.2 million right here. I'd say that's a pretty good attack stat for a TUR EZA. Now, I wonder if this will actually kill the Goku Black or not. Yeah, it does. Well, needless to say, if you hit Goku Black type disadvantage with a 34 million attack stat, you're gonna win. So there you guys go. There's kind of a little bit of a KEFLA showcase to kind of show off how good she is. Post EZA, she is very, very good. I mean, they definitely did a good EZA for her. Hopefully they continue to keep giving us good EZAs the rest of the year. And hopefully all of them are, you know, just as good as this KEFLA, if not even better. So let me know down in the comments below what your guys' thoughts are. Like, do you guys like this EZA? Did you guys want to see something else on her? Or are you not a fan of her EZA and would you have wanted to change something with her? So let me know down below. And if you guys did enjoy the video, consider hitting that like button. And if you are new here, consider subscribing as well. And I'll catch you guys in the next video. Bye, guys.